Why is it so hard to charge more as a video editor? For 1 year, I tried everything you can think of. Asked old clients for new rates, they lowballed me down. Told new clients my new price and they ghosted me. I got better, faster, and my work was cleaner, but I was still stuck between $100 to $300 per project, editing from the moment I woke up until I went back to sleep. Then I stopped trying to convince clients I was worth more and I made them see me differently before the price ever came up. A few months later, I was making over $1,500 per project and helped multiple video editors scale to $5,000 to $10,000 per month while raising their rates. So in this video, I'm going to break down the 6 main mistakes editors are making when they're trying to raise their rates, their fixes, and actionable steps so you can stop getting ghosted and start getting paid what you are worth. Okay, so let's dive deep into it. We are going to cover how to raise your rates for new clients, but also for old clients, because the process will be different depending on the type of the client you're working with, but also how long they know they are aware of your existence. So here are some of the people that actually raised their rates and landed better clients following this strategy, but also here are even more of them if you want to see the wall of wins. I also had more than 300 calls with editors stuck in similar positions where they didn't know how to raise the rates, how to communicate value, how to talk with customers. The reason I'm telling you this is not to flex only, right? I'm telling you this because I want you to know this is based on data. So after going through all of the calls, I saw the main mistakes editors are making, and here is how to fix them. Now, the new clients, right? Most of the time they are ghosting when you are in this situation. They are just DMing you saying, hey, I like your last edit or your re-edit. How much would you charge for this project? And then you try to charge them more or maybe even tell them the real price. You're like, well, this will be $500 for a 10-minute video, and they will ghost. That's it. They never reply again. Now we're going to go through the 3 main reasons why clients ghost editors, the new clients, and their fixes. So we're going to go deep into them, but also I'm going to show you why this happens, the fix, what this unlocks, and the actionable steps that you should take to each one of them. So the wine experiment. This is a really interesting one. And this is one of my favorites. There was a group of people and they had to taste 3 different types of wines: medium wine, cheap wine, and expensive wine. And after that, they were asked, which one do you think tasted better? And they were like, well, the expensive wine, of course. And the medium wine was just like normal. And the cheap one was just a cheap type of wine. It was the same fucking wine. What changed was the perceived value they had about the wine. And this is the main mistake editors are making, because pricing starts before the client DMs you, before you are talking with him. Pricing starts when they become aware of your existence. Everything in marketing and in online business is perception. And if you're not able to increase the perception you have, and in fact, not even increase it, if you are decreasing it, which is what most editors are doing, you're going to look like a replaceable NPC video editor that they can find on Fiverr, they can find on Upwork. This is the main reason, right? Editors are stuck and clients are ghosting. You look replaceable. They can just hire someone else. You don't bring any value to the table, especially into your offers, into your personal brand, into anything you're creating. And the fix to this is simply positioning yourself around a specific customer and an outcome. Stop being a generalist. Stop being someone who just edits videos for the sake of editing videos. Start being someone who helps a specific customer achieve a specific result. This is one of the main principles in business and marketing online. You need to understand the pain points and the goal of the customers, and based on that, you need to create your offers. You need to grow your personal brand. You need to post content. Everything comes from this. This is the start. If you're not doing this, or if you're just randomly posting, randomly creating content, randomly doing outreach, you're just sailing on the sea without having a clear map. You're going to attract low-paying customers. And when you're doing this, what this unlocks is that you look premium and you solve a specific problem for someone and they feel understood. Meaning that when they open your personal brand, they're just going to want to work with you because you are the person who is there for them, the person who helps this specific group of people. Now, here are the actionable steps. The first one is to pick a specific niche. The more you go down, the more you increase your perceived value and perception in having a niche. Just think about a generalist doctor compared to a surgeon. The generalist charges less and makes less, and the surgeon charges more because you'd go to him when you need a specific help with something. Then after that, you understand what the niche wants. It's very important to know their pain points and their goals and what they struggle with in achieving these goals. Then after that, you stop saying, I edit videos for the sake of editing videos, stop describing what you do, and you are going to start saying what the business problems you are solving. If you pick an entertainment niche, for God's sake, even if it's entertainment, not educational, not business, just say that you help them increase the ad revenue that they make by keeping the viewer watching longer. You need to mention that because it doesn't click in the brain of the viewer. The same in the educational space. You need to mention that you increase in a way retention, or you increase the how much a person stays and watch the video, so they see the CTA and they buy. That's what we need to talk about, because that's what the customer cares about at the end of the day. They don't care about how fancy your effects look like. They don't buy for that. Then here is the last one. You build your content and offer around the desired result. And we pretty much covered it right now. Then the second reason is the doctor analogy. And I love this one because in this example, when the customer DMs you and you say the price instantly, imagine that you go into the room for a doctor and you have a back problem, right? The moment you enter the room, the doctor is like, it will be $500. They just tell you the price. $500. Will you pay him? He doesn't know who you are, your name, your problems. He's like, $500 and your problem is fixed. And no, he can't read your thoughts. You probably won't pay him. But imagine that you have a back problem and you go into the doctor office or the doctor room and he starts asking you questions, understanding your situation, understanding your problem. And after talking with you for half hour, even 1 hour, even going in depth and understanding you as a human being, showing that he cares, then he guides you to the solution. Would you pay that much to fix your back problem once and for all? Most likely you would pay that much, or you'd be more inclined to pay that much. So clients are ghosting when you are doing this because you say the price before you understand the problem. And you just show that you want to make money. You don't give a fuck about their business, about helping them. You just want to make money. In that moment, they're just, okay, that's too much for me. The price doesn't look justified because you don't show the value. Now, the fix to this is actually ask diagnosis question before giving the price, then present the service as the solution and make sure the service is the solution. If the customer needs something else and you can't provide that, just don't work with them. When you have this energy, they will feel it, and it will be way easier to close deals. Now you can get them into a calls to ask them question, which I highly recommend, or you can also continue the conversation in DMs. I don't recommend going with DMs route, even if I know some people are hyping that up, because the people who are hyping that up, they are already having a big name, a big brand, a big face, and clients trust them. But clients can't trust you if they don't see a face. We as humans evolve to see and trust faces. So in the moment when they jump into a call with you, it's way easier to trust you. They can see your energy, they can see how you talk, how you speak. And if you ask them the questions, it will be way easier to sell the service. This unlocks the feeling that price feels justified. And here are the questions that you should ask. What's the goal of the content? How much do you want to make per month with this content? How many videos do you want to post, right? Understanding what's the goal? Why are they making content? Because no one makes content for the sake of just posting content. They have an end goal in mind. Then after that, where are these videos being posted? Then what result are you trying to get? Is it scaling to 15K amount? Is it getting to 10,000 subscribers? Is it posting consistently and just getting sponsorships? It depends on the niche, right? Then what have you tried before? You need to know what they have tried before, like hiring out the Redditors, working with people on Fiverr, posting more content, but they can't stick to it because they have to edit their own videos, or they have to give too many revisions and they end up wasting way more time giving revisions to people than just editing the videos on their own. Then what's not working right now? So why they are stuck? What's the biggest bottleneck? What do they struggle with? And then after that, they're trying to grow views, leads, trust, or sales. Again, this is the goal, right? And how much content do they need per month? Now, based on that, you frame your offer. Based on that, you charge more because you connect it to the outcome while making sure, again, I repeat this, you deliver on the outcome. Don't lie to people. Please don't do that. You're just going to shoot yourself in the foot. Now, the third one is the cheap lead trap. Most editors are suffering from this, especially the ones stuck under 1K amount or in the 1K amount range. But even people who are making more, like one of my students even asked me, can I make more than $300 per project? Because every time I'm trying to charge more, the clients are ghosting me. And I was like, of course you can, but it's all about how you frame it, how you position it, and the value you provide to the customer. Why this happens? Well, you work with cheap leads out of fear or desperation. This is pretty much just you accepting every job that comes to you and not thinking that you could be using that time to do outreach or to trying to find better leads or to improving your maybe even editing or the knowledge you have on the sales or marketing. You're just taking cheap jobs, you are burning yourself out, and they have no fucking time to do anything else. I also do this as well, and you're just going to hate your life and you're going to eventually question if you should keep going or just quit. Now, the fix to this is simply qualify the client before trying to sell them. When you're doing this, you don't even qualify the client. And this type of clients, by the way, who are just sending you DMs, not like this. There are some people on Twitter who are sending copy-paste messages. You probably know them, agencies or low-ticket clients. If you're just going to tell them the price, they're not going to work with you. If you're trying to get them into a call or qualify them, they're still not trying to work with you because they just DM'd 100 editors and they pick the cheapest editor out there. So for me personally, I would just refuse them. And I recommend you refuse them as well. The fix is just qualifying the client, as I told you, making sure that you can help them, and then making sure that they can afford to pay you. Because if they can't, just don't work with them. It's as simple as that. When you do this, you unlock time and energy for serious leads, which are potential customers. Here are some green flags and red flags in clients, and we're going to start with the red flags. The first one is clients asking you what's your cheapest price. When they ask you that, you pretty much know that they're going to cheap out or just trying to overwork you. Because cheap customers are going to squeeze every penny out of you, and they're going to hate it. I have lots of future work as well. They mentioned that as a way to have leverage in the negotiation. Can you do a free trial? I'd say that a free trial works sometimes, but if you have background on the customer, if they are a big YouTuber or if they are making money with their business, you may try to do a free trial. But if they are a no-name agency owner that just DMs you or a no-name type of client that just DMs you, don't do that. Just mention that it will be paid and make sure that the trial is actually good. If the trial sucks, then don't charge people for it. My last editor did it cheaper. When they say this, they just compare you based on price and make you, in their mind, even look more replaceable. You want to avoid that. And I just need simple edits. And this is so funny. The type of people who said this to me in the past, they were having one of the most complex edits they could ask for, like animations, fancy effects, zoom, stuff like that. They are simple. I think you should categorize the edits based on what you have in mind, not only the customer, because he doesn't really know what simple and complex looks like, or he doesn't care, he just tries to cheap out. At the end of the day, they're trying to save money, as any other business. And they send the same vague message to everyone. When they're doing that, just don't work with them. Trust me, this advice, don't work with this type of people, will save you so much time, money, and mental energy in your journey. I wish I had this advice when I started out. Then the green flags, they care about results, right? They want to achieve a specific result. They ask about strategy, not just price. And you don't have to sell strategy for this. They are asking about branding and how you can use the branding maybe in their editing, or maybe keeping their colors and fonts and stuff like that in creating the videos, or keeping the viewer retained. He wants to talk more because he has an end goal in mind and he sees you more than just a task doer. They have a real business as well. This is very important. You need to qualify them, see if they're selling anything, how much money they make, if they have testimonials. If they have none of that, what do you expect? How do you expect them to pay you? They understand that the content has value and they see it as an investment to grow their business. Whether they're in the education or entertainment, if they're in the entertainment space, they're still making money based on ad revenue, sponsorship, stuff like that. So they understand that content is an investment and you are more than just a replaceable NPC editor, and they can explain what they want. They are not just, I want edits, I don't feel like this edit is good, or this is not like something that fits my likings or bullshit like that. No, they can explain, I want this type of animation, this type of style, I want this type of, let's say, edit in this scene. They understand that content has value and they know how to produce it. And they are not comparing you only by price. They're trying to see how you think. These are the actionable steps and how to avoid these mistakes in pricing. And when you are avoiding them, when you're asking questions, when you have your brand around a specific customer, and when you also qualify the lead and you filter them out, it will be way easier for the list to answer, because low-paying customers will also qualify themselves out when they are going to not jump into a call or not answer your questions. This, trust me, even if it seems like you are going to lose some clients, this will save you lots of time, because you are going to lose bad clients who would just waste your time anyway and energy for like $100 or $300. Then after that, how to do it with current clients. Let's see the 3 main mistakes or 3 main reasons clients lowball editors, and editors can raise your rates and their fixes with actionable steps. The first one is the Netflix analogy. I want you to imagine you are paying for the Netflix subscription, $5, $6, something like that per month. The next month, Netflix sends you an email and they're like, it will be $20 per month from now on, without giving any more value to the subscription. You'd be like, motherfuckers, I am already paying $6 and they're charging 3 times more for what? It's still the same service, it's still the same value that I get. This is also what editors are doing. They are still perceived the same way. And why this happens? Well, you never change how the client sees your role. You take the job, you do the edit, you deliver on it, maybe you make it good, but that's it. You have no good communication, you don't care about their business, you don't give a fuck about helping them. This is so common in editors, like especially in the starting path, but around the 1K amount range as well. They don't really care that much about helping the customer and they don't show it. They just take the job, take the money, finish the video, that's it. No communication, nothing. This will make you just look like a fucking robot. And AI is a robot and will do it better than you in a couple of months. I totally think that AI, people who know how to use AI will replace editors who don't know how to use AI. And the fix to this is simply, before raising rates, make the value visible. Communicate with the customer. Help them, give them advice on how to improve maybe this hook or maybe this scene, or how to just make the videos better overall. Just study how the videos perform better, study competitors, study tutorials on script writing, on thumbnail designing, on the hook. You need to deliver on your promises. You also need to over deliver and to be more of a partner of the customer. If you want to become a strategic partner of the customer, you need to act like one first. And this unlocks, well, simply it makes you harder to replace and it makes you their partner. When you're going to raise your rates, it will be way easier because they don't want to replace you. They see you as an investment and as a strategic partner. The actionable steps are to show them that you care, are to deliver on your promises, are to over-deliver, better communication, smoother workflow, less revisions. Yes, sometimes the revisions are not only the fault of the clients. Sometimes the revisions are also the faults of the editors because they don't understand the brand and they don't improve. With every revision, get closer to what the client's desires. If they give you lots of revisions, and even if you get closer and improve, then you can charge more for that. But you need to improve your work while working with them. You need to adapt to their style and improve it. You need to give better results and also make it less stressful for them. Like, they have so little time, especially business owners and streamers as well. Just take the stress out of their life regarding editing. Because if you keep that stress, that's going to waste them time and they're going to ditch you eventually because they're thinking, I just better do it myself. Now, here is the second one, and this is the employee analogy. Just imagine that you are an employee and you go into the room of the customer and you're like, I want a raise. And it's like, okay, well, why do you want a raise? And you can't say anything. Like, no, I'm doing good work. Most likely they are not going to give you a raise. But now imagine that you're going into the room of the customer and you're like, hey man, hey client, I'm happy that you are happy with the content that I made or the videos that I made. So glad they brought the results in. Now, I'm just letting you know that in order to keep maintaining the same quality of these projects, because I'm in more demand now, I have more clients, in order to keep maintaining the same quality for these projects and prioritizing your work, giving you value and helping you in achieving results, from the next month, my rate will be, let's say, $500 a video, not 300. But until the end of the month, my rate will still be 300 for you. If you want to find someone else, you can do it, right? Until the end of the month, you have time. If we still want to work together, I'd be more than happy to continue this collaboration because I really enjoy the process. They will most likely do the same. They will work with you. And here is a risk of losing the client because the person who can say no into a negotiation is the person who controls the deal. So make sure that you are the person who can say no. Or if you can't say no, just cut out the part of ditching them or not being able to work with them. And at the end of the month, just tell them that in order to prioritize their work and in order to make the videos better for them, the price will be this much. And yeah, this happens because you never mentioned the value created or the delivered value. And the fix is simply to build a win stack before asking and mentioning it because proof is currency. And this unlocks just more proof to ask more. And actionable steps are simply keeping in mind that once the customer is happy with your editing and the results it got, use them to raise your rates. Simple as that. And then here is the third one, and this is the level cap analogy. Just imagine that you are playing a video game and you're just leveling up fast. Eventually, the map that you start into is not fitting your level anymore. You're not getting any more experience from killing the mobs, making the missions, or doing anything. This happens because the map didn't evolve as fast as you or is designed for just a specific type of character at a specific type of level. And in order to fix this, I'm going to show the fix to it, but simply you need to keep in mind that you leveled up where the client is still at the same level. Maybe they're not making as much money as they would like to. Maybe they're just not mentally at the same level with you. So the fix here is simply just replace the client instead of forcing them to pay you more and go work with another client. And this will unlock you leveling up and working with better clients. Now, if you want to unlock the same strategy, implement into your niche, because each niche is different, each customer is different, and you want more help into landing the clients, into doing outreach, growing your personal brand, writing your offers, and all of that in order to scale and land premium customers, like all of the people I showed you right here, then you can just click on the button below to either join my free editing community or even better, book a free strategy session down below. And if you qualify, I'm going to show you how to scale your editing business to $5,000 to $10,000 per month or even more than that. And you're also going to flex on the call. So see you